Kids. My name is Holly, and we're going to continue working on my favorite instrument, the happiest instrument I know, the ukulele. So if this is your first time, you've never played before, you might want to go back and find my video from October the 3rd, because we're going to be building off of what we did there. But if you can stay if you'd like, we're going to do some review. So first of all, we're going to tune. So I did tune my ukulele, which today is my still using my concert. And we're going to tune by ear. I went into Ukutuner a little bit earlier and tuned it, and it sounds like it stayed pretty well. And I want to show you another tip. So if you've got ukuleles, we're going to try to tune just by listening. So I'll play them. I'm playing the G string. Okay, and we go to the C string. And the E string, and last but not least, the A string. There we go. All right, so to help remember what the names, it's the G, C, A, E. If you remember, goats can eat anything. That's a way to remember those. You will need to know those names if you're using a tuner, so you can get the right pitch there. Also, another little trick that I use is to play the C chord, we just push down just on the, there on the A string, on the 3rd fret. There's a C. If you play that and skip the string and play this one, they should be the same pitch. Just so sometimes I'll play those together. So just there on the 3rd fret, and it sounds pretty good. And then if you slip your finger over directly across onto right there onto the E string, and you play that one, skip one and play this one. So if you just, okay. That's not quite in tune, let me see. Almost, not quite. Let's see, that sounds better. So 3 down, gonna play that one. There we go, that sounds better. So, should be in tune. I usually just play like a C. That sounds pretty good. Also, I thought we would take a check on the library ukulele, so from last week. So here's the one that I had, first one I did. Let's see. Not too bad. Okay, so not too bad. I haven't touched them all week. I purposely left them. So there's the one that has been sitting for a couple weeks. I think that one's just about ready to go to the library. And here's the other one. Not too bad. So I think that they're ready for me to take back. They're going to hold their tune long enough that should be good. So let's take a look at the ukulele. See what we remember. Remember, there's 3 pieces that kind of correspond to head, neck, and body. So here's the neck with the tuning pegs on them. The head with the tuning pegs. The neck is right here, starts with the nut, which is that little piece that keeps the strings separate and kind of holds them up off the fretboard, which is the rest of this. And each of these little metal or plastic things are called frets. And they're important when we're playing, because to know which fret we're using. And then the last part of it is the body right here, which has 2 parts. The sound hole right here that helps get a better resonant sound, and down here is the bridge at the bottom that also, its purpose is to hold the strings in place, as well as holding them up off the strings, off the body and the fretboard. So for holding it, we're just going to put it comfortably on our lap. We're going to take our right hand, kind of like a like a little seatbelt, kind of a half seatbelt holding it. You should be able to support it just using that, your arm. So you kind of hold it firm, but don't make it tight that it's hard. And our left hand is going to kind of rest into that crook. And the important thing is that your thumb is about at the second fret right there. And it's just going to rest gently so your fingers can move around. So there's our things. And for strumming, we're going to take our hands and we're going to pinch and just let the others kind of fall. And we're going to use that side of our pointer is going to be what we're going to. And where we're going to do it, we're going to be strumming right here, just above the sound hole. And we did that little experiment. I hope you tried it because it's fun. How it doesn't sound very much there, but when you get up here, it's just a fuller, larger sound. So we're going to play right there. All right, so last week we learned 3 chords, and we're just going to review those before we go. First of all, our first chord is the C chord. And for the C chord, I've got the chord box over there. The chord box kind of shows at the top, the nut, and usually it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 frets. It depends on which ones. It shows those, and that's what the little lines are going across, and the ones going down are, can you guess? The strings. So our C is going to be there on the A string, and you're going to put your finger 1, 2 in the area between the 2nd and 3rd fret. And there's our C. And that's just the one note to it, and we're just going to, there's our C chord, just that one finger. And so we'll do another one. Let's do the A chord. In fact, I'm sorry, I should do this properly for you. For what we're doing, we want to we're going to ignore our thumb, our 1, 2, 3rd finger, which is our ring finger. We're going to put our ring finger on that chord, on the C string. Well, for the C on the C on the A string. And now for the A chord, we're gonna reach over our 2nd finger, our middle finger, and it's going to go onto the G string on the 2nd fret. And there's your A minor. So let's play C, and then play A minor. C. It fits pretty easy doing those. Now, if you keep your finger there for the A minor chord, if you take your pointer finger, which is finger number 1, you're going to want to put it right here. It's going to go on the 1st fret of the E string right there. And to play the A, you just have to lift up that 1st finger. Shall we practice going between those? So we'll do a C. Now try an F. Put those 2 fingers there. Back to C. And F. Do from F to A, F, A, F, A, F to C. And what you're listening for when you're playing is you're listening to make sure that every note is sounding cleanly, which that one didn't make, there was a buzz. So they all are sounding. I'm using my thumb to do that just so we can hear. But if you hear something like this, push down harder. In fact, I'm trying to make it buzz. There we go. Here's a buzz. Just push down harder. Or if you hear if you hear this when you're doing, even though I'm pushing down really hard, the problem is that my finger right here is leaning over onto that just a little bit. So you want to keep your fingertips nice and high so they don't lean on anything. Let's see if I can play from this position. Here we go. Well, today we're going to learn only one new chord, but it is a magic chord because with this chord, the number of things that you can play, songs you can play, is so much, just amazing number of chords. This opens up almost everything to you with maybe the addition of maybe one or two new ones every once in a while. And that is the G chord. And if you look at the chord box that should be showing there, what you're going to do is you're going to take your first finger and you're going to put it on the C string in the second fret. There it is. You're going to take your second finger, you're going to skip over a string, and you're going to, I always find this hard to see when people show, you're going to push on the second fret of the A chord. And then you're going to take your, here we go, you're going to take your third finger and you're going to put it down. So it actually, the picture of it looks like a little triangle. And it sounds like this. It's a great chord. And for this one, I find this is one that's more of a challenge going between things, going from the C, from the G to the C chord. It's not too bad, but going back, you got to get those 3 fingers in place. 3, there's G, back to the C, back to G. This is one that takes, sorry, I'm not paying attention. Takes a little more practice. I find going from the G chord to the F is easy, but the F chord to the G chord is a bit of a challenge. So that's one, we're going to talk about practicing later. That is definitely one to practice, going between C, G. So I like to go like 4 times. There's G, 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 then C, 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 back to G, 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 C, C, and I'm going to go to F this time, F, 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 now to G, G, G. So that's something for you to practice, because that is, I think that the G chord, it's a really important chord, but I think that it's, of the ones we've done, is by far the hardest to do. And it's just such a good chord. It just lets you do so much. So I have a song that is going to use the G chord. This is probably the most useful song that I will give you, and it's one that you can use at least for yourself once a year. And you've got a mom and dad, brothers and sisters, you can use it a lot of times, and grandparents, and that is Happy Birthday to You. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. And this is the only time you use the F chord in this is on the person's name, Colin. Happy birthday to you. So happy birthday. It's the chord sheet should be beside you, but it is basically C's and G's, except when you get to the person's name, is an F. And to read the chord sheet, if you take a look, over the word birthday is the letter C, and over the word you is the letter G. The chord sheets let you know where you play those chords. So that's why when I started, I played a C to start off with, just so I could hear. I'm not going to play birthday till I get to happy birthday to, and now I'm going to play the G on you. You. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Madeline. Happy birthday to you. Should we try that? Let's do it without the words. So play a C. Get ready, do your G. Another G, and back to C, another C, and here's our F for the name. Ooh, not a good one. A C, and then kind of a fast G, C. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Noah. Happy birthday to you. So that's kind of a fun, simple song that is so useful. You could surprise the next birthday in your family with being able to play that. So, and if at any point when we're playing a song, it's going too fast, or you can't do that chord, there's always what is just that chord that you can always do just so that you're playing along. If you just take and put your hand just over very lightly, and it'll sound kind of like a clunk, but that's chord Z, and I use that a lot when I was first learning. To go happy birthday to, I didn't know how to do that. You, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Emma, happy birthday to you. So if the G's are giving you trouble, make them chord Z's for the time being. Okay, our next thing, I have a song for us. And this is one that, if you need to practice it before you play along with it, practice it and then come back to this place. It's a song that's called Three Little Birds by Bob Marley. And it's a great song. I'm going to just sing the opening to you so you can hear what it sounds like. And it uses the C chord, the F chord, and also the G chord. So it uses all three. But for the chorus part of it, it's just going to be the C and the F. We get one G or a couple G's in the thing. It goes like this. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be all right. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be all right. And this is the rise up this morning. Here's our G. With the rising sun. Oh, wait, sorry again. Rise up this morning. Smile with the rising sun. Three little birds sit by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melody pure and true. This is my message to you. I like doing that. This is my message to you. I like doing that one up high. But that's kind of what it is. So should we try doing it? Let's try doing it, but we'll just do it. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be all right. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be all right. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Three little birds sit by my doorstep, singing sweet songs, melodies pure and true. This is my message to you. So that's how it goes. So let's go. Let's take a look at it. So don't worry. We're going to start with a C. Don't worry about a thing. Then we're going to change to the F, 'cause every little thing is going to be all back to C, right. Singing, don't worry. Keep going on the C, about a thing. Now get ready to the F, 'cause every little thing is going to be all right. And then the verse, rise up this morning with a C still, and now to the G. With the rising sun, back to C, three little birds sit by my F doorstep. Get ready for C, singing sweet songs. G, a melody pure and true. Singing, here's the F. This is my message to, and the C, you. So it goes back into the chorus again. So that's it. Well, I'd like to try something, because most songs that we sing are going to have a rhythm like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, this song, we're going to try something different, because Bob Marley lived in Jamaica. And in Jamaica, there's a kind of music that's called reggae. It's really cool. And rather than going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, with the kind of 1, having 1 be our hardest, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. In reggae, it's 2 and 4. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. I find that playing that is kind of tough. So something I like to do is I like to tap my foot along with it. You can't see my foot is tapping. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the way to get that, make it so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's fun to do it without just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. But I find that's kind of hard. Tapping the foot does help when you're doing that to keep that going. So I'm going to sing the whole song. You can play with me. You can play chord C and practice it and come back to it. So here's our C. So don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing gonna be all right. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be all right. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds outside my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melody pure and true. This is my message to you. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be all right. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be all right. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds up at my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true. This is my message to you. So there is 3 Little Birds by Bob Marley. And I have one more song for you. These are all things to be practiced. And I chose this one because it's going to use all 4 of the song chords that we've learned. I'm just going to swap this around because this chord progression, a chord progression is just a group of chords together. So it can be as little as playing a C chord to an A minor. That's the C minor. You know, that's a chord progression, just 2 chords together. Or it can be a really long pattern. This is what this one sounds like. It's C, A minor, F, and then to G. And there were so many songs that use that chord progression, that C, A minor, F, G. In fact, it was very popular like in the 1950s and like the early Beatles songs. But it's funny, I found a list of like the 250 songs that use that chord pattern. A lot of songs by Taylor Swift and Lady Gaga and Ed Sheeran and Adele. A lot of people use it. And that's the pattern in this the song that we're going to do. It's a Beatles song that is called Octopus's Garden. Let me get my music up, and you should have it beside you, hopefully. Can't get my page of the board. There we go. And the tune to this one, it goes, I'd like to be, there's your C, F, under the sea. I'm sorry, C, there, to A minor. Under the sea, then F, in an octopus's garden, then your G in the shade. Back to C. He'd let us in. A, knows where we've been. F, in the octopus's garden, in the shade. G. I'm gonna change it a little bit here. I'd ask my friends to come and see an octopus's garden with me. So that last little bit, it drops off the C and just goes back to them. Goes from right from the G to the A. So let's try that. So here's the C. So it's I'd like to be, then go to your A, under the sea, to your F, in an octopus's garden, and G in the shade. C. He'd let us in. A, knows where we've been. F, in the octopus's garden, and G in the shade. And now we're going to skip the C, go right to the A. I'd ask my friends to come and see, then to F, an octopus's garden with me. I like to do that. It sounds fun to do. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. We would be warm below the storm in a little hideaway beneath the waves, resting our head on the seabed in an octopus's garden near a cave. We would sing and dance around because we know we can't be found. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. So that's the tune to it. At the very end, there's one more verse, but I'll do it. One more verse here. Then we would shout and swim about in the coral that lies beneath the waves. Oh, what joy for every girl and boy, knowing that they're happy and they're safe. Now we're going to that A. We would be so happy, you and me, no one there to tell us what we do. And then the ending is a little bit different. I'd like to be under the sea in the octopus's garden. It was garden, sorry, garden. Rather than see, we're going to go back to garden in with you. Before we went with you to sea. This time it's going up with you in an octopus's garden. Going up again with you. This time we're going to go to the sea with an octopus's garden with you. We do the whole song so that if you want to play along, or is there something you need to practice, that's fine. You can keep the rhythm with me. Here we go. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. Oops. He'd let us in, knows where we've been in his octopus's garden in the shade. Oh my gosh, shade, sorry about that. I'd ask my friend to come and see an octopus's garden with me. I'd like to be under the sea in the octopus's garden in the shade. We would be warm below the storm in our little hideaway beneath the waves, resting our head on the seabed in an octopus's garden near a cave. We would sing and dance around because we know we can't be found. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. Last verse here. We would shout and swim about the coral that lies beneath the waves. Oh, what joy for every girl and boy, knowing that they're happy and they're safe. We would be so happy, you and me, no one there to tell us what to do. And the last time here, I'd like to be under the sea in the octopus's garden with you. In the octopus's garden with you. In the octopus's garden with you. And then I tacked onto it just a little thing there at the end. So those are our songs for today. So really, one thing I really want to talk about is practicing. Playing isn't practicing at all. It's fun. It's good to do. It's always fun. But practicing is when you really are focused on trying to fix something, which all of us can need. It can be fixing a way something's going. It can be learning a new skill. It can be memorizing. It can just be practicing things to kind of build the muscles, the muscle memory. And things that you can do is, just doing that thing with, we've got a new chord, the G chord here, is really closing your eyes and listening to that. Looking at it, see how it looks, how it sounds, making sure that so I'm going to make a mistake here. Ooh, that's not good. And thinking about it, what could that be? maybe I'll push down first. Oh, that helped. How about this one? That didn't help. There we go. Just really listening to what you're doing. And by doing that, pushing down, building strength, making things very clean is a good thing to do. Chord changes. We have 4 chords. Practice going with the C, the A minor, the F, and the G. I wasn't happy with that. I wasn't happy with that F. That's good. And then the F. Sorry, I've gone on to just a little bit there. All right, so that's something to do with chords. Practice going between them. Make a little game. Go as slow as you can do it. So don't try to just, and you get all messed up. If you're going to go between them, give yourself time to think. All right, I've got to put my finger there. All right, give me some time here. And I've got to pick up, get that in place, till you can do it clean. That's the one thing with the practicing. And by doing that, making sure you're pushing down, you're building that finger strength, you're tuning your ear. That's a lot of it too. If you have a strumming pattern that you're trying, or later if we're trying to do a little bit of picking, if the one I've been working on is down, down, up, up, down, up, down. I can play it perfectly fine, but I have trouble sometimes I'm so concentrating on my hand that I'm not always doing my changes cleanly. So that's another thing you can do. You could try a different chord movement. Try doing the one that's kind of soft. Oops, make it a chord here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then try just doing it. Maybe doing 1, 2, 1, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doing that, just doing some different patterns. Really look at what you're doing, and then don't look and listen. Train your ears and your eyes. I'm going to show you this is something kind of a typical one of my practice sessions. The thing I suggest first is find something you just like to play, some song that's really easy, something that you can do well. And what I've been working on, in fact, I'm going to show you. This is my little study notebook I have in here. I'll show you what those are later. I've got a tuning. I've got my chord chart. I've got all the songs I've been working on, and I want to get this one song here that I think is so pretty. It's not a hard song at all. There it is, and it's called Freight Train, and it's by Elizabeth Cotton. She was a ukulele player who was known for her picking. So one thing I'll practice because I think it's fun is I'll just sit and just try a different picking. And I just like to do really soft, just freight train, going so fast. Freight train, runs so fast. Oops, I'm making a mistake here. I need to practice again. Please don't tell what train I'm on, so they won't know where I've gone. I need to practice that one. I didn't get to the E7 I'm nervous playing for you. Normally that's one that I have no trouble at all. But what I am working on, and this is honestly what I am doing, is I have a song. I can play every little bit of it. I'm so proud of myself. I can do some of the little things in that little added touches. But there's one measure that's kind of a transition in there I can't do. And the chords are what I call a bar chord. We'll look at one of those next week. But you are holding one finger across the whole line there, and you have to push really, really hard. And the chords, the one I'm doing, there's one of them. It's the pattern, but in the song, it's got to go da 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 da. I can't do it that fast, so I spend a lot of time listening. First of all, I make sure that I can actually times I find, you know, you have to figure out what do you think you're doing wrong. I have trouble because this on this one here. No, I'm doing it right. The last one doesn't sound, and I've learned that if I move my thumb here on the back way over on that side, and so when I practice that, I go really slow, so I can keep it in time. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, and so that I'm not constantly playing and practicing the wrong thing over and over, which can become a habit. I keep it slow till I can do it, and then I might speed it up, go 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. I still didn't get that one. So things like that, I find things in songs. Sometimes it's a chord, sometimes it's a strum, sometimes it just is memorizing. I'm sure you all are, everyone is better than me at memorizing words or memorizing chords. I will spend a lot of time just going through. I've been working on a song to do with this, trying to learn the words to it. And it's a really funny song. So I'm hoping next time I will have learned that. So that's part of my practicing. But my practicing has been just, believe it or not, just those 4 chords there has been my recent thing, as well as learning some words. So it can be really anything. I would think that practicing 10 to 15 minutes every day, just, you know, have fun, play a song that you feel that you can do really well, even if it's just going back to doing, you know, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream, merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Because when that first song you play, you want to feel successful, unlike I did with my freight train today, which is one I really am pretty confident with. And the last thing about it is end with something. You know, find a song, even if you're doing the same one that you feel good about, or sometimes it's just fun just to kind of fool around. So that's what I'm going to be doing a couple things like that with when we get onto Zoom, that we can play it together. I think that is it. So you'll be surprised how many songs that we can now play, now that we've got that, added that G to our list of things. So, all right, well, thank you. And if you'd like to, if there's a song you're really interested in finding the chords for, next week that's something we'll do too, is I'll show you how to look up how to find chords and to get them in the notes that you can play. You can drop me an email at Beebeukuleles, and I'll put the email address up. And thank you very much. All right, bye-bye. Have fun with your uke.